thank you for watching my channel today. My name's Sarah and my channel is called Your True Shelf. Today I've got a bit of a vlog and a book haul for you. I went to London with one of my friends about 3 weeks ago now, and I filmed what I was doing in London. We had aimed to have a very bookish day, and because time goes so quickly, we didn't have as many opportunities to go and visit bookshops as we thought we would, and so I only actually bought one book in London, which I will show you in a second. And so I thought I'll put my vlog footage in of what we did, and then afterwards I will talk about the books that I've hauled recently, so those not books that I hauled in London. The book that I hauled in London was this tiny little book here, which is going to be one of my shorty September books, and this is called Peace Begins With Me, and it's by Dr. Scilla Elworthy, and it says it was written for young people as an introduction to self-reflection and peace building, and it's so sweet. So it's got a bit about several sort of figures, like well-known figures, and their path to peace. So it's got like Aung San Suu Kyi, it's got Desmond Tutu, Thich Nhat Hanh. It's got a few different people in there, and it's also just got some quotes and some kind of mini essays about peace and stuff in there as well. And so it was really sweet, and I got this from the Quaker Meeting House. So this is a place, I think it's the Quaker headquarters in London, and it has a really lovely cafe which is quite quiet and very reasonably priced, and a little bookshop. So my friend told me about this and we went there after we got off the train, and this is what I picked up. This was the Quaker Cafe where I got the book about peace, and it was a really lovely, quiet and inexpensive place to sit and have a nice drink. We went for lunch at this gorgeous place called 123V, which is a vegan sushi place by a Michelin star chef, and the food, as you're about to see, was so good. And I had a mocktail which was amazing, and apparently the designer of the cocktails worked for one of the big London hotels. I can't remember which one it was now, but the cocktail and the food was absolutely gorgeous and so beautifully presented. We spent some time in Daunt Books. Daunt's one of my favourite bookshops in London because the books are all organised by country in the downstairs of the shop, which you'll see, and it's just really lovely. It might be that the author's from that country or the book is set in that country, and it's got a mixture of fiction and non-fiction books, but there's just so many lovely books to choose from, and it's always a struggle to know what to buy in Daunt. I didn't end up buying anything because I have a Waterstones voucher, and I thought we were going to go to Waterstones, but we just ran out of time. We're in the fanciest bits of London, and they're so beautiful. I had a look on Rightmove here, and there were flats for sale for £20 million. Not even houses, flats. But it was extremely beautiful, as you can see. We stopped in Regent's Park because we were flagging in the heat, and this was a passion fruit filled donut, which is probably the best donut I've ever had. Vegan donut, of course, and a nice coffee, and sitting in Regent's Park in some shade and just getting a bit of energy back was a lovely end to the day. So the books that I got generally in the last time period have mostly been either audiobooks or Kindle books, and I blame some of this on Ben from Ben Reads Good, because he makes these really wonderful monthly news videos, and every month he includes the best Kindle monthly deals, and he makes a little list that you can click on which has all the deals together, and then that is responsible for my purchasing some books. So Ben, this is partly your fault. So the first book that I hauled on my Kindle was Rosewater by Liv Little, which I have had on my radar for quite a while. It has a really beautiful cover. Not so much the ebook, but the initial hardback cover was really lovely. And this is about a girl called Elsie who is queer. She's a poet. She works as a bartender, and she's been estranged from her family. She's quite financially hard up, and she is struggling with anxiety. I think she has a relationship with one of her co-workers in the bar, which isn't a particularly healthy relationship. And she's trying to find a way to do what she loves and also get better in how she feels as well. And so I think that sounds like quite contemporary, and I think it's a literary book as well. And I just think it sounds like something I really enjoy. Then I bought another one which I was first attracted to by the cover, and then I know Jane Campbell really liked this book. I've heard a few people say that they've read it, and it is Playing Games by Huma Qureshi. This book is about two sisters, Mira and Hannah. Hannah has this sort of perfect life. She has a husband, she's got a good job. I think she wants to have children, although her husband's not sure that he wants to have children at the moment. And her sister Mira is a little bit like lost. She's not really sure what she's doing with her life, and she's working in a cafe, but she wants to do something creative. And then one night, Hannah and her husband have an argument, and I think Mira overhears, and she uses this as the basis of a book that she's writing. So she's kind of stealing her sister's life and putting it into a book form, which I'm sure does not go down very well. So that sounds really intriguing as well. Then I'm really behind on this one in terms of lots of people have read this already, but I used one of my Audible credits for Tom Lake by Ann Patchett. So I've really enjoyed Ann Patchett's writing before, and I know my friend Karen over at Roving Reader is a huge fan of Ann Patchett. And Meryl Streep reads the audio, so I couldn't not get it on audio because I'm sure she does a wonderful job of reading it. This is set in the COVID times and lockdown, and this lady's 3 daughters move home to be with her during like lockdown, and they want to know about her previous entanglement with a guy who's now a Hollywood actor. And I think it's like her mum sort of retelling her story to her 3 girls. I think it's quite slow and character based rather than plot based, but I absolutely loved The Dutch House, which was read by Tom Hanks, and so I'm really excited to listen to Tom Lake. The next audiobook I hauled was the third in the Wolf Den trilogy, which I've talked about quite recently because I recently listened to the second one. The third one is called The Temple of Fortuna. This is set in Pompeii in the early AD years before the volcano erupts. I'm sure this is about to become a big plot point in the story, and it's following Amara, who is a woman who is enslaved as a sex worker in the first book, and her story over the 3 books and those of her loves and her found family and her oppressors and stuff like that. And it's a really, really good trilogy, and because I've listened to 1 and 2 on audio, I wanted to listen to the third one. It's the same narrator for all of them. I hate it when they change narrators halfway through a series, but this is the same one, and I'm really excited to find out how Amara's story ends. The one physical book that I got was one that I found on, I think it was Vinted, and this is Soul to Soul by Gary Zukav. So I have other books by him. He is someone that I found through Oprah in the 1990s. He used to go on her show, and he's an amazing spiritual teacher who has profoundly influenced and changed things in my life, who I think the world of. And this is another one of his books. So this is initially different accounts of sort of meaningful moments that have happened in people's lives and how that's affected them. And then the second half is kind of, I think, common questions that people ask and Gary's answers to those questions. And I love this kind of book. I find that it really enriches my learning on this planet, and I am really looking forward to another one of his books. One of my favourite books by him, well, actually my favourite book by him, is The Seat of the Soul, and you can see like how much tabbing I've done. I've read this book a few times and it's amazing. So yeah, he means a lot to me. I then bought Love Marriage by Monica Ali because I guess I'd heard of this book loads of times, but I didn't really know like what it was about. And then when I found out the main character is a doctor, that always makes me want to buy a book because I'm a doctor, and I think just having that kind of relatability is something I always enjoy. So any books where doctors are characters, then that's kind of like something I really want to read. She is an Asian woman and she has a boyfriend who is white, I think, and they want to get married, and her family meet his mum, and his mum is a feminist, and I think she might be like maybe a little bit not going to gel too well with the family. Maybe she's a little bit controversial, I'm not sure. That's kind of the impression I was getting from the blurb. And like different tensions and secrets and things are revealed as part of this, and I'm not sure whether our main character is then getting doubts about her marriage or whatever, but she's kind of exploring the concept of a love marriage, and that just sounds really interesting. I then jumped again on the Emily Henry bandwagon, so I hauled an audiobook and a Kindle book. The audio I hauled was Book Lovers, which I'm currently listening to and enjoying, and I was listening to that while I was on holiday. And then the book that I got on Kindle is Happy Place, and I think Happy Place might be the one that I'm most excited about. So I've previously read, I always get this wrong, Beach Read and People We Met on Vacation. They're the two that I've read so far. Beach Read I thought was fine. People We Meet on Vacation I liked more. But there's so much hype around Emily Henry that I feel like I couldn't just stop there, and I wanted to sort of carry on. And I was really in the mood for some romance books over the summer. And so I am really enjoying Book Lovers. And the concept for Happy Place is a group of friends who go to the same holiday destination together every year. Two of them have been in a relationship for I think quite a long time, and they've broken up, but they don't want to upset the apple cart with the friend holiday, so they're pretending that they're still a couple. So I just really like the concept of friends coming together every year and having this happy place that they like to go to. I just think it sounds really nice, and so I'm looking forward to hopefully enjoying these two Emily Henrys a bit more than I enjoyed the last two. I then bought A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson because I was aware of this series for ages. I know Ruby Granger's a big fan of this series, but I never sort of thought about reading it myself. And then when I had pneumonia and I was watching stuff that I felt was kind of cosy, easy to read, I watched the BBC adaptation of Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was just what I needed when I was unwell and couldn't cope with anything too intense. And it immediately made me want to read the book series, and they were really cheap on Kindle. So I got the first one. I'm sure I'll end up reading them all, and I'm really excited to give that a go. I don't know how closely it sticks to the TV series, so I kind of know some stuff, obviously some spoilers, but I still think it will be enjoyable because I find that even when I know spoilers, they fade fairly quickly in my brain with time, so hopefully I'll still enjoy the book. And then the last one that I got was Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. I've wanted to read this for ages. I do like video games in books. I like video games myself, and this one has obviously been around for ages. I know two of my really good friends, Heather from Too Many Heathers and Karen from Roving Reader, both really hate this book, which doesn't bode well, but so many other people love it. Like recently Katie Lumsden said it was one of her best books of the year so far, and she really loved it. I know lots of people really love it, and I want to just try it for myself and see. So that's my plan there. So lots of books. I have got 3 more books to tell you about, which I'm going to save for a different vlog, for my holiday vlog, so I got them on holiday. So yeah, this is wrapping up my London vlog and the books that I bought prior to my holiday. If you've read any of these, let me know what your thoughts were. I'd love to know. I know they're quite popular books, so I'm sure people have read them. And if you think I should put any above the others, then let me know. Or just let me know what you've been doing recently, what you've been reading, anything you want to tell me. That would be lovely. I love chatting with everybody in the comments. I hope that you're having a really lovely summer and a lovely week, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.